Hi guys, welcome to Vats Consulting. My name is Ram, and today in this session we are going to cover these 6 steps of SAP implementation. Since this is the fifth session, uh, just before going to fifth session, just before going to that, we'll just go through the recap whatever we have done in session 4. So in session 4, we have learned about the SAP implementation projects, and in SAP implementation projects also what we have legacy systems, which is known as brownfield implementation. By name legacy itself, it shows legacy means there is old ERP like Tally, and from Tally if you are moving to SAP, that is known as brownfield implementation. And non-legacy system or fresh implementation, the name itself is known, that is known as greenfield implementation. So there is no Tally ERP at all, and this is a new company and want to implement the SAP, that is known as greenfield implementation. So number 2 is SAP support projects. SAP support projects after getting the SAP implemented, so there is some configuration or technical some error. Uh, so there should be one SAP functional consultant which you who will be sitting in the organization in support, working in the organization in a support role as a functional consultant for the end users. So because for running the day-to-day business, so that it would not get stuck. Okay, so that is known as SAP support projects. And SAP rollout projects means so the third one, SAP rollout projects. So like SAP has already implemented in one branch and in head office, I mean say in Mumbai. Now they want to implement to the another branch and in Delhi. So same chart of account, everything they will take, right? So that is known as rollout projects, because in SAP implementation full 100% effort is required, and SAP support projects where the effort is around 30%, and SAP rollout projects the effort will be around 60%. And SAP upgradation projects and customers are moving from the older version to newer version. It is known as SAP migration projects. So these are also 30%. So the most important thing which we got to know is the SAP implementation projects. If we work on one of the projects, like it goes around one and a half year. So you got to know all the four types of projects knowledge, right? So okay. So this is just a recap. If you want to have, so if you all are new here, so you can just go to the my previous session for, and you can have good understanding of anything you have. Just comment on the box below of this video, and I will answer your queries. So in session 5, we are going to cover the 6 steps of ASAP methodology of SAP implementation. So I think most of you have the question in your mind, what is ASAP methodology? So ASAP stands for Accelerated SAP. So the full form is Accelerated SAP. So basically this is the design which is, it is a method which is designed by SAP for SAP implementation and in a very efficient manner. So because this has been worked on, because SAP implementation has been done on multiple organizations. So by this method they are utilizing the resources, time, quality, and the people. So let us see what are the 6 steps. So number 1 step is project preparation. Number 2 is business blueprint. Number 3 is realization. Number 4 is final preparation. Number 5 is go live, and sixth is support. Okay, so I will talk about each topic in the next session. Just bear with me. Thank you. So let us discuss on project preparation phase. So this is the first phase of project SAP implementation. So not only SAP implementation, for any kind of implementation. So this is a project preparation phase. So what happened in this phase? The implementation companies, here I'm talking about the SAP implementation company, is like these are the SAP implementation company A, B, C, D. These are the SAP implementation companies. So you can just consider A as a SAP, B Oracle, Microsoft, the other JD Edwards. You can think like that. Okay, these are the SAP implementation companies, and tries to get the project wherever the client companies tries to look for the best possibilities for accomplishment of good outcome. So this is the Airtel and this is the client company, and mm, what they do, they will try to just look for the project, so whichever would be best suited for them as per the budget, as per the costing, and so also uh, which will be easier to use. So this as client team will try to interact with all the SAP implementations team, like likewise I've given example SAP, Oracle, and this. So at this time, so they will try to look for the budget also, and they will see the feasibility and all everything, so which I discussed, right? So these are the initial phase of project preparations. Then what happens? So once this phase goes out, so once the client is finalized, so uh, so then what then the implementation team, once the client files for ERP systems, like for SAP implementation, server information, so how many server they need, okay, project cost, resources, subject matter expert, and business teams comes into considerations. So at that time again, so then only the business team will come in, and they will try to come, okay. So the business team, who is the business team? So like for SAP implementations, there are project manager, there are functional consultant, there are technical consultant, like so functional consultant also, there will be multiple modules, and for multiple modules there will be multiple functional consultant, okay. And for the client side there will be so business team, there will be a project manager in the client side as well, and so there will be also a point of contact for all the accounting systems, for the implementation team. So implementation team will not connect with all the end users or with all the lead. The client will decide it, it will say to the implementation team that you should interact with this lead or these people to get the SAP project implemented. Okay, then what happens? The implementation team and the client lead, whosoever is taking the lead role on that, the project manager or the accounting department lead. Okay, so the implementation team will connect with the client team and try to understand the systems, what are the kind of processing they have, and what are the systems they are using, and how the project is going on. And so they will also discuss on the interfaces, so they will complete study, okay, the what actually they are doing as it is, okay. And if there is any changes they require, uh, so if any changes kind of required, so these things also they will discuss, and then as per the discussion they will prepare a draft documentation, the implementation team. So once they will prepare the draft documentation, they will send to the client team, um, the client team, the lead person, and that lead person will review the documents, and if something there is corrections, and the client team will again send to the SAP implementation team and through the functional leads. So each functional leads will again then and modify the document as per the review comments, and then once that modified, and they will again send the document to the client team, and then the client team will review again the documents, and if that fits as per their requirements or as per the discussion, so they will provide a sign off. So that sign off is known as the business blueprint. phase. Okay, so I hope you guys are able to understand. So I think I'm able to make you clarified, right? What is business blueprint phase? Basically, it is a sign off from the client. Okay, that is documented and it is taken sign up from the client. If you have any questions, just put your questions on the comment box and I will reply all your answers. So now next comes what? The realization phase. So once it is documented, so now the functional consultants of SAP implementation team, what they will do, they will try to work on the SAP systems. They will try to configure the SAP as per the document and sign up by the client, and they will try to get anything. If there is any customized requirement, they will try to connect with the ABAP developer and they will develop that customized query. Okay, and so same thing, the security team carries out the basic configurations like the connect the servers with the other systems. So I will talk about this server and the systems. Okay, so I will talk about the SAP landscape on other video, not in this video. I will separately cover that part. Okay, so then all so they will upload all the master data of all the modules into the SAP ERP from the tele. Okay, and there is a lot more working is there. They will design and so they will pull out the data from their tele or some other systems, and they will try to just clean up. So as per the client requirement, so they will clean up if there is old GL if they don't need it. So so that client will now tell these are the GL, please these GLs, can you move this GL across to one of the other GL, so that now because these are not no more used and we can just make a comment in it, or they can as it is they can carry forward. Okay, and then what happens like the SAP functional consultant and the ABAP consultant, and so they ABAP consultant have developed the customized program, and they will do the testing there if that program is working fine or not. So again, the SAP functional consultant also will try to do the testing. They will post the journal entry and they will see if the output is getting or not. They are getting the output or not as per the client requirement. If they are getting the fields or not, the fields which is required by the client, they are getting that field or not. Like so there should be a purchase order field, and that purchase order field they are getting or not. If there is sales order field, their sales order field they are getting or not. So all this kind of testing is done by the functional team in this realization phase. So what happens once the systems are ready, once the functional consultant implementation teams gives a go ahead that your system is ready for testing, then the next phase comes in. So there is final preparation phase. So in this phase what happened, and um, so there will be in the client also there will be multiple user assigned, and for each modules so, or each area, you can say business area, the kind of entries they are posting on day-to-day basis. So they will get the training also. The SAP implementation team will try to get them trained, and they will try to post the entry. They means the client team will post, the client end user will post this entry, and they will check if it is working fine or not. Okay, and the client team will also check everything, all the reports they were pulling, they were able to pull or not, all the reports are working fine or not, they are posting MJs or not, MJs posting MJs are working fine or not. So once these all these activities are performed, like like that, so so end user training, system management, and other cutover activities is, so all these are performed, so which will tell if this all, so there I think there will not think there will be multiple issues during this time, some pills are not coming, again they will raise a defect, and the defect, and so again the functional team will work on the defect to get the resolutions, and there are some reports, in some reports some steps are not visible, they will raise a defect, again the functional SAP implementation team, functional team will work on this defect, and there might be a server issue also, so in the server they are not getting the output data, extract data, again in that extract data also, so there might be a misconfiguration, and or incorrect configuration, you can see, so different server was address was mentioned, so that kind of things, again they make the corrections, it is working fine, so these are the testings which is done in final preparation phase, so this will also help to resolve the all critical open issues. So basically, this phase is for uh, the preparation of the final so go live phase. Okay. So in the go live phase, what happens? All the data which was which was tested. So I will talk about the landscape in other video. I will make another video of system landscape. Uh, so all these testing integrations will be done on another systems. UAT testings, all the will be done on another systems, and the go live will happen in another system. That is, go live will happen in production systems. So in the master data is uploaded into the new system, like these are the LS, MW, BED, PEPI. Okay, so these are the tools used for uploading the master data. Then the client started using the SAP live system in productions. So end user is training given to the people working at the client end in short projects go lives. Okay. So these projects go live in it. Okay. And then support what happens once the projects go live, and then there well might be some technical issues which will obviously comes in, right? So obviously, so where the client will go, so the client, basically the client will decide if they will put their own functional consultant, or they will take support from the implementation team for 1 year. So it depends, right? So if any issues comes in the middle, if something suppose if any kind of simple issues comes in the SAP projects, like some fields are not visible to some of the systems because they so while doing testing, so something might have missed, right? So at that time, again the support team will help to get, and some errors comes up, like for reversing the entry, incorrect reversal was done. Okay. So for that incorrect reversal also, the support teams will help it out, or to make the corrections. So this is the way, this is the things which support teams helps in. So in most of the organization, you will find, once the SAP is implemented, so after that there is a support. So they hire the functional consultant for the support projects to support the end user activity. I mean, day-to-day activity of the end users. Okay.